team pick.
They go for the Keeper of the Light. Another weird hero to see. It still does do quite a bit in this meta. It is still effective, but it's certainly not a hero we've seen at all over the past couple days. I do believe it is very nice into the Mars though, like that Will-O-Wisp up against the Arena of Blood. It basically covers the whole area of that arena.
5 seconds.
So assuming people swarm in after the arena is dropped, the Will-O-Wisp will have a lot of value. Of course, Mars doesn't exactly enjoy Blinding Light either.
Dire team pick.
See, they go into the Lifestealer. Lifestealer doesn't really care for the Keeper of the Light. Of course, he has the inbuilt BKB in the Rage. So you Blinding Light, he just rages through it. Even the Will-O-Wisp, he can just burst that Will-O-Wisp down very, very quickly in the middle of a team fight, thanks to that Rage. So I love the pickup here from Bait. And of course, you do have some great Infest targets. You've got the Batrider and you've got the Mars.
5 seconds remaining.
PO did have a pretty darn good performance last game around, so why not just run it again?
Radiant team ban.
There's the offlane pick. The Abaddon does come out for Chicken Fighters. Still looking like a very, very strange draft from Chicken Fighters. I'm not really sure what they're trying to get done with this draft. Of course, the Abaddon is just a great counter towards the Batrider. You could just remove the lasso thanks to a Photic Shield. Very difficult to deal with in the team fights with that borrowed time. Lifestealer generally doesn't like going up against the Abaddon. Doesn't really get much done up against this hero. They do actually ban out the Razor themselves, Bait, so they don't want to have to go up against the Razor with their Lifestealer. That's fair enough.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Radiant team pick.
Medusa will come out again, Chicken Fighters. I now see what's going on here. The Medusa, gonna be pretty nice. There's no counters towards it. Bait. They won't have many ways to burn through the mana of this Medusa. We did see it in game number 1, and it was they did win that game pretty easily once the Medusa was up and running.
10 seconds remaining.
Bait, they do have one more pick for this mid lane.
5 seconds remaining.
We need a way to deal with it. Not really much options left that directly counter this pick. Unless you want to do something wild like run a Meepo who can just kind of run over the game before she could even think about being online. It's not really a hero we think of when we think of Dendi. I guess you do still have the option for something like a Husker, but it's doesn't necessarily do amazing either. Could also just TA and just try to run over the game quickly. They go for the Zeus. Okay, so you got some great burst potential from this Zeus. Of course, the supports of Chicken Fighters are going to have a very, very rough time up against Dendi on this hero. Is it going to be enough against the Medusa? That's a completely different question in its entirety. But it certainly can get some decent damage out. Interesting way to finish, to say the least. And well, this is going to be game number 3. Someone's going to win this series. Both teams have looked pretty good today. So it's very hard to predict, but I believe the odds are still considered in the favor of Chicken Fighters going into game 3. Especially when you see that Supreme Medusa that we saw in game 1. It's just a very, very scary thought for Bait. Have to play into this again. Charlie actually on this safe lane, Ember. We did see Charlie play this Ember yesterday as well. I'll put Milan on a much more standard position for this time. They'll give him the Disruptor. Get into it. Alright, so game number 3. We'll get started.
Prepare for battle.
I wonder how well Dendy can actually shut down Supreme in the mid lane. You'd think Zeus would have somewhat of an advantage over the Medusa in the laning phase because of all the burst damage he does have. But then again, Supreme has Mystic Snake, which drains mana off Dendy and does a hell of a lot of damage to that Zeus. I wonder if Pio goes for the same build as well, because last game he went Armland Desolator into the Assault Cuirass, but the Heaven's Halberd is going to be very effective up against the Medusa this game. So it's a question of whether he bothers trying to go for the Armlet this time, or whether he goes for the Maelstrom Heaven's Halberd. I think that's probably going to be the item build he does choose to go for.
The battle begins.
Milan easily take a bounty for himself, and it'll be a 2-for-2 trade. A nice even start. Milan already going to be harassed by PO65. They're just trying to get the blocks off on the creep wave to get the equilibrium their way. They won't be successful in doing so. It will end up right next to the tier 1 tower of the Radiant, but not so much so that it's within range. The Supreme has already started with the Mystic Snakes flying out. He will have to invest in an early point in that mana shield, especially up against the Zeus, who can burst him down so darn quick.
This is gonna sting.
King R. It's always very frustrating when you have to verse a support disruptor. The Thunderstrike spam. Especially when Milan can get a free aphotic shield, so you can't even trade with him properly. Now Saneko going to chase down Ghost Stick on the Mars, actually dropping him very, very low. Saneko, you aren't going to die for that. Tier 1 hit does make it towards the Coddle and does do a lot of damage. They will force out the salve usage for the Mars. Again, Saneko just straight onto Ghost Stick. Keeper of the Light does provide some decent harassment just with those auto attacks. LeBron will join back in now on the Batrider though, and that'll make it a little bit harder for Saneko to do whatever he wants. Things won't change much for that bot lane though. The Abaddon is having a great old time. As his levels go up, it will make it that much harder for the lifestealer PO to really get in range and get that CS.
Will come later, when you least expect it. That was a burn.
King R getting caught up in that kinetic field. Sableye gonna chase him down. He does get the curse off with that Thunderstrike as well. Milan should have enough damage, so no. King R, he will salve up and will be able to survive through it as PO just forcing them back, ensuring they don't feel comfortable to try and dive that tier 1 tower. And looking back to that mid lane, Dendi looks like he's been a little bit aggressive up against Supreme. Again, bot lane, King R gonna get kinetic fielded up. He does get the lift off and should be able to walk himself out. Saberlight, he does not chase. In fact, Milan chased a little bit by PO, but there's the Aphotic Shield coming out. Now, Chicken Fighters do get a spear off with that Firefly Charlie just burning alive, and LeBron does get the first blood before he goes down himself. And I thought it was an Ember Spirit, I thought the fire wouldn't affect him, but LeBron proves us incorrect. It'll make it a 1-1, 3 minutes in. Dendy's still having a great old time in the mid lane. 22 last hits, 5 denies. Supreme on 15-1. Still playing very, very cautiously as every time he gets close, he cops a lightning bolt. We'll throw the Mystic Snake out. Dendi will just pop his clarity. They're going to chase down, dive under this tier 1 Seneko. Gonna be in big trouble. There's the Firefly. He's already got 3 sticky napalm stacks. The Blinding Light won't really help his cause. LeBron will find a second kill on the Batrider as now Charlie trying to dish out a bit more harassment while they run out. Mid lane though, there are gank attempts happening. Milan trying to go after Dendi, who does go towards that double damage rune. Milan's still going to keep up the chase, but now he could be in trouble as Dendi does have mana for a lightning bolt and does get the kill. King R picks it up on the Rubik. At least Supreme does survive on the Medusa. You don't want to give too many kills away into this mid lane of the Radiant. This Zeus will just start to escalate way too quick. Charlie's been forced to use that Flame Guard a bit early. No Firefly that actually came out from the Batrider.
From the tempest of battle.
LeBron, top lane, he gets Seneko. They were fighting over those bounty runes. That's actually gonna be LeBron's 3rd kill on the Batrider. Super effective so far, just with the sticky napalm Firefly. Ghost stick again, just with the all chat spam. Reminding them what's happening right now as Chicken Fight is trying to apply more aggression onto King R bot lane. Curse of Avernus almost there. Aphotic Shield, it will be enough. But now Pio looking to get a trade off. He does not get it, but Dendi does. The Thunder God's Wrath just barely coming in time. I think he may have just hit level 6 as that kill was happening. And, well, Saberlight getting the tips immediately, even from the Chicken Fighter side. Charlie. Seneko rather, going to get chased down by the Firefly once again of LeBron. 5, 6 sticky napalm stacks, a spear connecting up the backside. LeBron on a killing spree now. It's going to keep doing this over and over again to this poor Keeper of the Light. Seneko, there's really nothing he can do about it. Like, he's just a sitting duck in this top lane to this Batrider.
Your middle tower is under attack. Dire structures are fortified.
Milan getting lifted. King R getting aggressive once again. Still only level 3. You will have Fade Bolt in about 2 seconds, but a bit too late to pursue that kill. Dendi
Middle tower is under
apparently
attack.
applying way too much pressure, has been left alone in the mid lane. Charlie will eventually rotate on the Ember. Even Seneko popping up now. Supreme gets caught out. Thunder God's Wrath again being committed. Supreme is so low, but Dendi
Your top
needs
tower
one more
is under
lightning bolt.
attack.
Doesn't find it. I like the pressure they are placing on the side of Chicken Fighters, though they're really just not allowing the this dire side to feel comfortable at all. I think it's so important if you are going to make a Zeus pick that you do get this aggressive as soon as you hit the power spike of level 7. In fact, he's going to rotate back into the mid lane where Charlie is just chilling out. Charlie won't be too concerned. He had the Flame Guard active and does have
Your
Remnants
middle
up.
tower is under attack.
Dendi now with a double damage rune. Doesn't want to contest that. Milan shows up, is probably going to die. It's Firefly seeking Napalm, LeBron just running around in circles. LeBron understands he's also dead to Milan. Does he actually survive this? He barely does. On 10 HP, Charlie, he just made it in the nick of time to save his support.
Has been killed.
They'll even find his courier. That'll be a bracer and some wards. Just sitting on the courier dead for a while.
Your middle tower is under
So LeBron
attack.
maybe needs to calm down a little bit. Maybe stop running in circles and start trying to predict their walking patterns. Oh, King R trying to be disruptive here with Supreme. Oh, actually still getting the stack off regardless of King R, but now they have more help. King R gonna have to run away. Saberlight has had enough of the antics of this Rubik.
Your middle tower is
Keep
under
it away
attack.
though, Milan. Do you have a glimpse? He does. King R, welcome back. Probably don't want to be here right now, but you have no choice. So, LeBron, he jumps in. Dendi's there, but now they'll lose LeBron and the Bat Rider. And Dendi, they don't have glimpse at the moment, but they're just going to chase him down slowly but surely. Phase Boots, Lightning Bolt, Saberlight, you are falling low, but he pops borrowed time. Still in danger here to Dendi's burst damage, but he has backup. They really want this mid Zeus. They get him silenced up with the Curse of Avernus, and now Saberlight does get the kill with Milan. Pio going to chase him down. Ghostic misses the spear.
Tower is under attack.
And Saberlight giving the old chap back as he starts running away. Arena of Blood will be committed. Saberlight should be dead here. He understands this, though. He'll be okay with it. A Static Storm being dropped by Milan. And Pio rather, will move forward. We'll try and claim an easy disruptor kill. Rage is up, so Blinding Light doesn't do anything, and he does get it. Some interesting plays in that last engagement. It'll end up in an 8-6 at 10 minutes in. Supreme, while all that was happening, was just freely farming his jungle, which is the real concern for Bait. They are going to show up in mid again. Saberlight's the one in mid though, and he has borrowed time up again. They probably won't even bother trying to chase this Abaddon. It's just way too hard to deal with.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Saberlight just being difficult. Spear will not connect this time from Ghosting.
Your middle tower
Chase
is under
down
attack.
Mars. This Aphotic Shield with the Curse. They want this kill. Charlie now showing up. There's the Will-O-Wisp just holding everyone in. Blinding Light onto Dendi. Ghostic gonna go down. King R actually stealing the borrowed time of all things. Does pop it immediately. Chicken Fighters though looking to still go as Supreme is now joined in on the Medusa. Remnant, Lasso, Charlie still manages to get away. They had a Aphotic Shield available. Now they really want to chase LeBron. No, they want Dendi. Of course they do. Remnant forward. Static Storm being dropped by Milan. Not really holding anyone in, but will it matter? Dendi has still been silenced up and slowed by that curse. Mystic Snake does fly through. Pio understands he can't help any further. Has to get out. Ghostic, did he actually buy back on the Mars throughout all this? Well, King R, he does find Milan at the least on the Disruptor.
Your top tower is under attack.
So 9-8, Dendy's life being lost again.
Your top tower is under attack.
I didn't think it was possible.
LeBron learning the hard way that Lasso is going to be very hard to land as long as the Abaddon's nearby. Pio will just get back to farming. He's still yet to pick up the Maelstrom. Like Dendy's trying to get that Aether Lens up. Yeah, such a great start. It's turned into a little bit of a struggle though. Bot lane, Milan, again going to be chased down. A Phonic Shield will save him.
Your middle tower is
LeBron
under attack.
has Firefly active, so he can just run over the cliff. Though he kind of ran back in. LeBron, Remnant forward. He's trying to juke them out, but he could have just ran away. Not really sure what that play was. And Static Storm has been taken by King R apparently. You look to make a play with that Static Storm, but you're going to have to wait for that Batrider to
Your
respawn.
top tower is under
He'll be
attack.
back up now.
Dire structures
You still don't really have a great way of locking someone down apart from that Arena of Blood, so you are going to require the help of Ghost Stick if you do wish to use that stolen Static Storm. Otherwise, it's just going to be dropped for really no reason.
Your bottom tower is under attack. Your top tower is under attack.
We haven't got much time left on that spell either.
Your top tower is under attack.
Seneko. Poor old Seneko. Arena being dropped, but Spear was missed, and Seneko will just TP run in front of Ghost Stick. In fact, never mind. He cancels at Ghost Stick. He was just standing there looking at him. Seneko will stick around waiting for some more support. Milan will come in now, and he does have Glimpse ready to go. Saberlight also joining into the fray. Kinetic Field will be there as Saberlight gives him the tip. Ghost Stick gives him the tip back.
Your bottom
Just stands
tower
there and
is
takes
under
it.
attack.
Nice little bait TP play coming out from the Coddle. Now with Dendy running into a smoke. Thunder God's Wrath popped immediately. It's not going to matter though. Dendy is a real sitting duck to Saberlight.
Your middle tower is
Very
under attack.
unfortunate. He just ran straight into the smoke of Chicken Fighters. Now 9-11, 3k net worth lead for Chicken Fighters as we are 15.5 minutes into this game. We haven't really looked at this Medusa recently. Again, she is still free farming the jungle. Is top the net worth board by a mile. She's almost 2k ahead of the Lifestealer now. Yeah, he does have the Usher up. He's even got some Vampire Fangs for himself. He should have the Manta on the way. In fact, there it is. There's the full Manta now for this Medusa. It's going to be infinitely harder to try and kill off. They may even try to make a play in this mid lane as they have found Dendy again. Will-O-Wisp will hold him in. Do they have the damage output? They should. They're going to try and make the chases. Saberlight, or rather Pio, going after Supreme. Lasso was there onto the Ember, but it does nothing as Dendy does still drop. Now they'll get the chains off on the Ruby. King R going to be chased down by Charlie. He's just melting right now to the damage coming out. LeBron, no mana left. Pio, he sticks around. He'll rage through the chains. He'll survive. That T1 mid tower will not. Gonna be easily taken by Chicken Fighters. Just straight up to the top lane where Ghost Stick is. He's not really interested in trying to find a kill. He just wants to get back to farming.
Your
Ghost
top
Stick won't
tower
even
is
risk it.
under
He'll just
attack.
TP immediately.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Chains. They caught LeBron out. Not going to be a hard kill. Things are getting tougher and tougher as this map is getting a lot smaller for bait. They don't really have that farmed up Zeus anymore. I mean, he's sitting at 5.6k net worth now. So they can't really rely on that scary damage output that the Zeus can throw out. As it seems that ChFight just aren't afraid of it.
Your top tower is under
Sablelight's
attack.
got a full pipe up to boot.
Your middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures.
Ghost Stick,
are fortified.
clumsy net, gonna hold him in place. Static Storm Kinetic Field will also do the same. The damage slowly coming out. The Ghost Stick does manage to get the arena up, but misses the spear again. Still, he has PO there. They'll find Seneko on the Keeper of the Light. Charlie just wants to get out. Sableye trying to run as well. They'll get a glimpse off onto LeBron, ensuring he can't chase it. Now Seneko, he bought back, so they want to
Your
keep
bottom
going.
tower is under attack.
Supreme has joined in on the Doocer. She's a little low on mana, but she's feeling confident. Spear back.
Your bottom tower
Flame
is
break
under
as well.
attack.
That'll be it. I think Bait will just be happy that they forced out the Coddle buyback.
Your top tower is under attack.
It's going to need so much more farm on this Lifestealer. He's got the Maelstrom up, but he needs the Heaven's Halberd. And ChFighters, they don't want to allow it. They smoke up. Pio gets caught out. Do they have a way to hold him down? They have Clumsy Net. He'll rage through it. And just TPs immediately. He's not risking anything.
Middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are
They'll go after a top tier 2 instead. Especially with that Curse of Avernus, you can take these towers so quick.
Your top tower is under attack.
Here, actually going to show up again to try and contain the damage that's coming from ChFighters. Charlie. It's a couple chains off. Saberlight falling low. Aphotic Shield has exploded. Supreme though, just popping mangoes and going after the tier 2, and Ghost Stick will at least get the deny off. They keep moving forward, ChFighters. I doubt they go for a tier 3 this early. They do eventually back off.
Of course.
Bot lane. Who they caught? It is going to be Charlie and the Ember.
All surprised by this is you.
Ghosty claims the kill. That's a huge kill as well for Bait.
I can do
Milan has to be careful not to get caught out.
the battle.
Will grab the bounty, just runs away, but LeBron now going to be on top of him with that Firefly. Again, going around in circles. Milan just waiting for some help. Saberlight, he does make it. Aphotic Shield, Clumsy Net on to LeBron.
Are fortified.
And he doesn't want to be here any longer, but he has no choice. Supreme will pick up the kill on the Medusa. LeBron, you're not wrong. Batrider had such a great start to begin with, but he's just seemingly dying over and over again now. And to be fair, it is a very hard game when you're up against an Abaddon.
Tribute to my house.
They are giving time for Pio to get this this Heaven's Halberd up. It's the only real way they can fight into this Medusa. Thing is, Supreme's not even ready with the
Your
farm
middle
yet. Like,
tower is
he's
under
4k ahead of the Lifestealer, but he needs more to be that effective as, whoa, King R. Already ready with his own Remnant. Does get out. Dendi just trying to get his Yules up now. Getting closer and closer, but his net worth has just suffered so much. Surprisingly though, the bot T1 is still standing for the side of Bait. Charlie trying to force it in. He's not the most effective tower pusher. He'll just back.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Bot lane, T1 being pushed in. King R, he does claim the tower. Thing is, Bait, I'm not really sure what the game plan is now. Like, they're kind of biding their time, just giving PO space. Chicken Fighters are happy with that. In fact, they're going to go for a Roshan while all this is happening. Supreme's now got his full Eye of Skadi up on the Medusa, and he's going for a BKB next, so all that magic damage coming out from Dendi is going to mean nothing. And as time goes on, this match only could possibly get worse for Bait. I don't believe they have the late game potential up against the Medusa with their draft. It just seems like they've kind of been locked into a corner by this dire side. Perhaps just trying to find an answer to this. Now the Roshan goes down. They were smoked up. They wanted to try and counter this Roshan play, but it's all too late.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
They just dissipate immediately. It'll just bide the time. There's a 4K net worth lead that's been there for a while now for Chicken Fighters. Trying to loop around to that top lane where they may run into Ghostic. Looks like they have as well. Ghostic is going down, but we aren't looking at him for some reason. In fact, Milan is falling even lower on the Disruptor. Static Storm was committed. There we go. Charlie trying to get that DPS out. Meanwhile, Ghostic still trying to find another spear onto Milan. He does not land. It was duked out by Milan, and he gets chained up once again. He's got no help coming, Ghostic. He knows he's dead. He just wants a kill. He misses the God's Rebuke. He just goes for the neutrals instead. Things just keep getting worse for Bait. Seems like they're just putting all their eggs in the PO basket. Even LeBron, like, he's just got 0 farm on this support Batrider. He's actually last in terms of net worth. Ryan going to Charlie. Again, a Aphotic Shield should be there. In fact, never mind, it wasn't. He does go down. Now they also find Milan. The Abaddon wasn't actually in the mid lane. They were trying to take an outpost. Chicken Fight is just way too deep in that mid. There was nothing really to be taken there, and now Bait, they smell blood in the water. They want to try and find more. Saberlight does get caught with the open wounds. Clumsy Net comes out. Aphotic Shield. Saberlight should be able to walk out. In fact, they're going back in. Seneko, meanwhile, is there with the Will-O-Wisp ready to go. Pio gonna get jumped on. Spear gonna latch onto a tree. Supreme just happy to keep fighting. Doesn't have much damage, but doesn't really care either. They just keep hitting away. Another clumsy net.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
LeBron will get away this time. But instead of that, Chicken Fighters, they just go after the bot T2.
Your bottom tower
Still a nice objective to grab. They're still holding on to the Aegis. No rush for them. In fact, do they try and force a tier 3? It seems like with the Aegis, they are going to do a little bit of chip damage while they can. Lift, gonna be there, but just gonna toss it back down. Gonna be into nothing. And so they're looking for another slow siege with the Medusa. Charlie, though, wants to go straight after Dendi. Does get the chains off, but the Glimmer Cape does save him. Kinetic Field won't hold Dendi in place, and now Supreme. He's falling quite low. Pio wants to get the Aegis, but the Aphotic Shield again going to be there to protect Supreme. Still, they're trying to burst him down. He does run out of there with another Aphotic Shield. And it looks like Chicken Fighters aren't done. They're thinking about going back in again. They won't. They'll get back to farming. Mid lane, LeBron Was Glimmer caped. Doesn't seem like it matters. He was underneath the sentry, but TP will be cancelled by the Yules. LeBron's gone. Supreme, he got a double damage rune. Has the full BKB up as well, so that's a 10-second charge. Still has the Aegis. That tower's gone. In fact, what a nice chains coming out from Charlie. Now the arena, though, being dropped. They know they have to fight this, but do they have any kind of damage to take down this Deucer? It doesn't seem like they will. The Stone Gaze holding everyone down. Dendy's gone as well as Ghostic. The buyback's coming out immediately. Heaven's Halberd being used onto Supreme. He's just going to turn around, though. Another chains from Charlie. There goes the Aegis. Does eventually expire. So they'll protect the tier 3, but it did cost them quite a few buybacks. Frame. Wants the illusion rune, but here we'll take it. Bait just kind of roaming the map right now, just trying to figure out what to do, it seems. They have another arena. Chicken Fighters would love to fight. They have all their abilities apart from Will-O-Wisp up. That should be up pretty soon. Saberlight rushing into Ghostic. Just no fear on this man. Glimpse back onto Ghostic. No chains to fly out as LeBron looking for a lasso target. It's not going to be easy as he's been slowed down by that Medusa and almost goes down from the high ground. Charlie just going for the jump, not quite finding the remnant damage. Instead goes to the chains onto Dendy, and now the Stone Gate comes in. Supreme. Arena of Blood is going to be there, but that's into a Stone Gaze and Will-O-Wisp. The Will-O-Wisp does die off. Charlie in the middle of all of it. Looks like he will go down. Supreme is continuing to move forward regardless, wanting to continue this team fight. It's still looking very, very bad for Chicken Fighters. They have lost the Ember, and now they jump back in onto Milan, the Disruptor. Still another Stone Gaze coming out now from this Medusa. LeBron low, but not low enough to die. Pio controlled up in the kinetic field. Ghostic looking for a spear. There's the BKB finally coming out of Supreme. Regenning that mana with the mangoes. But the problem with this Medusa is that her damage is just so low. She will eventually be chased down. Ghostic again looking for another spear. Won't quite find one. It won't latch on to a tree. Now they'll turn again, Chicken Fighters. Pio just standing still, hoping that nobody recognizes him. Do we keep going, Chicken Fighters? They have Charlie back up now on the Ember. Pio will try to TP. King R may not be so lucky. Supreme will finally secure the kill. I have a feeling we may need to see a Divine come out for them to really be able to get some work done in these team fights, because she's just essentially tickling them to death right now. Just long, prolonged team fights. Chicken Fighters will continue this aggressive positioning though. They keep moving forward. They'll want to wait out the next Roshan, which should be up in a couple minutes. Bait will obviously not really want to allow them to just have it free. Certainly a team fight you'd need to take if you are this Radiant side.
This rise for
Smoke. Stone Gaze back up. Sacred Relic there on the Medusa now. Theo being baited in by Saberlight. Static Storm, Kinetic Field, gonna be there on the Lifestealer. He doesn't have Rage to use. Arena being dropped, but there's that Will-O-Wisp once again. And they do find Pio on the Lifestealer. Now Ghostic gonna be chased down by Chicken Fighters. They do get another Kinetic Field off. There's nowhere for this Mars to go. He is eventually gonna die here. As Charlie does get the final attack, and now King R even being caught out. Kinetic Field, he'll force that out of it in time, but the glimpse is gonna be there. Thanks to the chains of Charlie. They go after that tier 3 tower. Buybacks to fly out.
Is under attack.
Dendi pushing out the bot lane. Will TP back to the base, I'm sure. Or maybe he won't. He's still farming the neutral camps. Pio's trying to fight. And he will eventually TP to the fountain. That mid-Rax can't be saved, it seems. Just don't know how to get into this. Pio trapped in the kinetic field again. A lot of damage coming out from Supreme. Pio is falling quite low. He'll rage up. Supreme falling low as well. Lasso not going to do anything.
Your middle barracks are under attack.
Milan almost dies, but not quite. He uses through the Thunder God's Wrath and gets a Static Storm off now onto Dendi. Nothing to lock him in, and it has been stolen by King R. It's a 2-for-1 trade. They get the mid-Rats. Another very prolonged team fight. But now the Roshan is up. Straight to the Roche pit for Chicken Fighters. Bait may not feel comfortable to try and fight this, as they did commit some buybacks. If they are to lose this team fight, the game may just be over. Nimbus will be dropped. Will be taken out immediately now. Arena, Ghostic, he jumps in. Saberlight, borrow time immediately popped. Stone Gaze BKB was committed by Supreme. So now they may just not feel comfortable to go into that Roshan pit as bait. They've smoked up. Charlie, gonna break the smoke. Roshan's just so darn low, and Pio's just gonna get started on it. Charlie's not gonna let him do it in peace. He will throw out the chains. Illuminate. Fly through. Stone Gaze. I believe that's actually King R's Stone Gaze being used right now. They do find one in the form of Charlie. He'll buy back on the Ember, but now LeBron does go down to Supreme, who's godlike on the Deucer. They found Dendi on the Zeus. Glimpse him back. Charlie, though, looking pretty low. Static Storm being dropped. He does get Dendi. Roshan as well, being taken by Supreme while all this team fight's been happening. King R gonna get chased by the Abaddon. They should have the damage, but no, he gets a shield off. He stole that Aphotic Shield from Saberlight. It's not gonna be enough. 3 heroes down, no buybacks available on any of them, as they have found the Mars. Spear will not connect onto Charlie. They will eventually be able to take down Ghostic. Ghostic, he does have buyback at least. They'll have to commit him immediately. Supreme is now knocking on those tier 3s. In fact, does he have a Divine? He does. He just picks it up. At least they do have the Halberd. They will have a way back into this game if they can find that Divine. Spear back, that should be the Aegis going down though. No, Supreme's still alive. They do lasso him up. Where's the damage though? Pio, he's trying. He eats the cheese, Supreme. He just keeps moving forward now. Not afraid of anything from bait. They'll find Ghostic. And Chicken Fighters look to finish out this game in a very, very similar fashion to game 1. LeBron goes down to the Batrider. They're just going to start hitting up that Ancient. How do you stop this Medusa? He Stone Gazes. Heaven's Halberd there to disarm for a little bit, but can you really stop him? Probably not. He's still going. LeBron may die again or may not, but the game's over. It will be a 2-1 to Chicken Fighters. As bait, they get close, but they just don't seem to be able to deal with the Medusa of Supreme. And well, with that, that leaves us with one series of the night left. It is going to be Khan versus Unique up next. I believe it should start pretty much straight away, as it was scheduled to start a couple minutes ago. So we'll be right back with that third series very, very soon.